This week on Arden's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer.
Come on, they're biting.
I'm just going for strictly a big one.
That's a good fish.
It's a battle on the border in West Texas at Lake Amistad.
There he is.
Nice.
That's what you call a helper right there.
Come on, biggins. The Shadalicious is out this morning.
Welcome to Arden's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer.
Oh, that's a pro, my goodness. You talk about jump.
Fish number one, and it's a good one.
I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. Travel around the country and fish for a living. Get to hang out with my son. Show you what I look for in a jig. There's a good chance I'm probably gonna win.
Yeah. You know what I say to you, Dad, today? Give up now.
Arden's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer is brought to you by Ardent Reels, Pure Performance, All-American, Strike King, #1 in fishing lures, Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time, Seagar, always the best in fishing lines, Evinrude, spend more time on the water, Wired to Fish, bass fishing anglers' #1 resource, and by Amistad, haul in a record, haul off the cash at mustadhookamillion.com.
Once again, trying to do TV, it's tough when you're dealing with these young kids. They want to sleep till noon. We could probably have this Arden Bass Battle completely done, already have a limit in the boat, but no, what are we waiting on? A couple of young pups. I tell you, I tried to raise him right. I tried to get him a real job. I tried everything, but for some reason he thinks he can catch fish. Come on! Patience. It'll be noon. They're biting. I'm trying to practice patience right now. It'll do no good. Way too much time. It'll be 5 in the afternoon before we even get launched. Help. Come on, they're biting. We are getting down to the end of the season for Arden's Bass Battle, and we're tied 5-5.
The best of 3 series right now.
Somebody could end up 3 down, or it could get real interesting, just like last year.
It could. This is, South Texas has been historically in bass battles your area. I was 0 for 2 down here last year, so I'm looking for a little bit better performance this time.
We're on Lake Amistad down at Del Rio, Texas. We're going to shoot 2 shows here, one on the lower end, one on the upper end. Today, the lower end, correct?
Yeah, today we're getting a little bit late start because you got to get a filming permit to film on Lake Amistad because it is a national park.
I wouldn't mind going a few extra hours rather than shortening the day.
I wouldn't either. And if we get done with the 2 shows here, we'll head down to Falcon and see how it goes.
Good luck, bud.
I'm ready to launch it.
All right.
Lake Amistad shares a border between Mexico and the United States. The dam and reservoir are jointly managed by the 2 countries, and the name in Spanish means friendship. Denny and Chad hope this Arden's Bass Battle will produce the legendary big bass this West Texas lake has become known for.
What I'm doing is I'm starting out at the end of a kind of a bar, a point, just a big flat that's got very deep water right off the edge of it. And these wintertime bass, they like to be next to that deep water. Shoot, I've got 40, 50 foot right here, but I'm throwing up into about 10 foot of water right now and kind of working it off the edge.
Starting out here this morning with a little wind. This jerkbait produced some good fish for me last year and has in the past as well.
This year they've had such a warm winter down here that I don't think the fish are grouped. I think they're scattered. There's going to be shallow fish, there's going to be deep fish, and you know, that can make it a little easier to get a bite, but can also make it tougher to find the big fish and to really load the boat when you do get into them, because it's just one here and one there.
Just kind of work some of these outside points. I remember last year when we were down here that Dad put a waylaying on me and he was concentrating on that 20-foot depth zone. There we go. Doesn't feel like much, and he isn't, but it's a start. Keeper number one. Keeper number one in the old Ardent boat. 112. 112. 14.5-inch fish. I'm on the board though. There we go. What we got there? I'm reeling that bait in.
A bite. Not a big one, but gotta start somewhere.
I made a long cast with my football head and I was reeling it in, and that fish ate it.
He's a nice one though. He's a nice one. What a nice fish to start with. That's Lake Amistad for you. You hear it pronounced different ways. Amistad, Amistad, whatever, but right outside of Del Rio, and look at how he ate that.
That could be a key to something later in the day. Those fish might be up following schools of bait fish or something. He's not too shabby. He's 2 pounds, 8 ounces. Beautiful fish on Lake Amistad. I love it.
Tour grade football jig of Strike King. Man, that is a nice start. A little over 4 pounds. Nice 4-pound chunk. And I mean, this water is clear. There you go. Just follow the contour line. I'm keeping the boat at 18 to 22 foot of water, and what it started to do is it started to make a point out, and I threw out towards the end of that little subtle point, and it never got to the bottom, and that fish hit it. But you can see right here, you got a big shallow flat, and you can see all this deep water. That's a main river channel, and we're right out here on a subtle little point, right where it drops off into like 50 to 100 foot of water. So that should be an ideal place for one disc to be sitting there, kind of staging. I used to go by an old saying a guy told me, shallow to deep in 20 feet. There's one. Oh, yes, baby. Man, he hit it on the drop. Feels like a decent fish. That is a decent fish. All right, keeper number 2. And where was he? Right where I just showed you, out on the tip of that point. He weighs 2.5 pounds. And when you only got one, 2.5 pounds helps. There you go, darling. We're started.
Ardent's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer will be right back. Welcome back to Ardent's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer here on the U.S.-Mexican border on Lake Amistad.
There we go. I saw him come after it. Of course, that's a South Texas bass for you. Mean. Keeper number 3, though. Hey, we may be figuring a little bit of something out here. 212. Whoopity-doo! That's what Dad would be saying to me. 212.
There we go. Ain't that old 2.5 as I brought it by that bush, and bingo. And that one will help us a little bit. 2, 2, 2, 3, which means I gotta round you back down to 2 pounds. But there's keeper number 3. There we go. Little
Fish
one.
was swimming with
Little
it.
one.
Couldn't even feel him.
But I bet he'll keep.
And he jumps. Whew. He's already worn out. Man.
Exactly 2 pounds. We're working our way up the ladder. What can I say?
2.8. That's just the importance of paying attention to what your jig feels like when you don't have a fish on, and when it feels any different than that, set the hook, because that's all that I felt.
There we go. Don't know what size it is, but well, you might be my 5th keeper, but I am not very proud of you at all. I will take a 2-pounder. That gives me keeper number 5. in the first half of this art and bass battle. There we go. Number 5, maybe out of the top of that tree. He come up and got it. He's just a little tight, but I think he'll go 14. If I'm leading Dad at the halftime of this deal with my 5, that is saying something about how tough it is. 2 pounds even. Well, 2 pounds is better than 0 pounds. There we go. Got you that time. Oh, you'll help a little bit. You'll help about a half a pound. Another little one. But I think he might call my 1 pound 12 ouncer. Not by much. Ooh, just by 1 hook. We'll see how lucky I am today. I'm lucky. 2 1/2. I can't quite get him to go 2 3/4. 2 pounds 4 ounces. It's a ½ pound upgrade. Look how chunky he is. We're gonna score another one for the Wild Shiner. We might have something put together by the end of this little contest.
Ardent's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer will be right back. You're watching Ardent's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer here on Lake Amistad in Texas.
I was hoping in this first half to really figure out what I needed to do in the second half that we'll finish up in the morning.
So Dad lost a bunch of his marker buoys out on the shore here. The old turkey buzzard marker buoys. Got him.
I'm not sure.
He's gonna be a helper, I believe. Well, maybe not. No. Missed him like 4 times and finally caught him. And I am due to be in 5 minutes. And I got about a 2-minute run across over there to meet Pops for halftime.
The first day has ended, so Denny and Chad meet at the ramp for halftime.
Well, did you struggle as bad as I struggled?
I struggled as bad for a half a day of fishing as I've ever had on this place. I struggled to catch 5 that weighed 11.5 pounds, and I know that I'm getting dominated today.
No, I've got 5 that weigh 13. I caught 1 4-pounder and just a bunch of little ones, but I mean, I can't believe how tough it was. Maybe the late start.
That didn't help. Only getting an afternoon day with it being sunny and calm, that's tough. But
do the second half in the morning, good luck.
I need it.
Day 2, and the second half is about to begin.
Well, we're getting ready to start the second half. We got out here early this morning, and maybe they'll bite better. Yesterday was tough, extremely tough, and beautiful morning. We'll see what happens. There we go, little one. Oh, a good one following it. Wrong one bit it.
Come on, Biggins. The Shadalicious is out this morning.
There we go. That one might call. That's a little better one. That one might call one. Got him. That's what you call a helper right there. That's gonna help call. 5'4", almost 5.5 pounds. That's a little more like Lake Amistad. And I get rid of a 2-pounder. That's a pretty good gain right there. Beautiful fish. Beautiful morning. Beautiful bass. There we go. I saw him eat it.
Look at that. He took a big swipe at it and I got him right in the side. 2 pounds even. See old Father Crumpus over there in like one little area for quite a while, so that's probably not good for me.
You're watching Ardent's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer here on Lake Amistad in Texas.
Finally got the new Ardent Edge Elite reels in. Boy, if that's not a pretty reel, that's the top of the line in the Edge series of reels. They just now went to production, so this is a reel you'll see me using when I'm not flipping and pitching on the bass tour. If there's a prettier reel on the market, I haven't seen it. Beautiful graphite finish. Available in 2 different gear ratios. I mean, whatever you want. Right hand, left hand, upside down, inside out. It's just a good piece of equipment. There we go. There's a good one. Pulling like he's a 10-pounder. Yeah, he'll help. Fish goes a little over 3.5. Sweet. Gained us a pound right there. What can I say? I'm having fun in the second half of the ball game.
There we go. It is Mr. 2-pounder. I gained a little bit, 2 pounds, 4 ounces.
Gotta be a fish in one of these freaking bushes that would bite a
Rodent.
There he is. Come out of there. That's a good fish right there.
I may have just learned something. Come out of there. Pitch into some matted vegetation. And there you go. That fish was not in 4 foot of water. Keep trying something new until you figure something out. That fish is 4-4. Nice. Well, well, well. Maybe I'm not out of this yet. Starting out for anyone with a bait caster is, a little bit challenging, but for me, it's not really that tough. Anyone who puts their mind to it can do this, and here's the simple way of doing it. Press your button once you got everything spooled up, and you have this little tension knob right over here. It controls how quickly the line comes off your spool. And basically I push the button and turn that tension knob and tighten it until my bait just barely falls. And if you do that, you can wind up with a cast and launch it, and it can go as far as you need it to go, and you're not gonna have any backlash. Once you have that setting down, with a little practice, anyone can be proficient with a bait casting reel.
Oh, what'd we find? The little nest of them? That one might be better. Oh yeah, he's better. He's mucho better. That might be an upgrade. Wear yourself down. Don't you dare jump. Gotcha. That'll help. 4 3/4. I thought he was gonna go 5, but 4 3/4, nothing wrong with that. Beautiful bass. Maybe we have found a nest of them. Just fishing that jig right where that hydrilla breaks into deep water. Hydrilla's growing out there about 12, 14 foot, and I'm throwing it in that 18 to 20 foot zone, and bam. Well, we're out of time. We went just a little bit longer than we should have, but that late start yesterday, afternoon bite wasn't very good. This morning we got out early. The morning bite was pretty decent. We caught a few nice fish, and then it went totally dead. I don't know what's going on, but let's go to the weigh-in, see Chad, see how we did. Was that brutal?
That was the brutal bad.
I'm glad at least we got a fish a little of the early morning bite, because that was the only bites I had.
That wasn't much for me on the early mornings.
I've never seen this lake this brutal.
It was tough for me, but at least I upgraded at the end of the day, but unless you totally bombed, it's not gonna be enough.
Well,
I upgraded to 14.4. I caught a 4-pounder in about the last hour before I had to come in.
nothing wrong with that. You know, I got lucky and I caught a couple of 5-pound class fish. I had a 5.4 and a 5.12, and I ended up with 20 pounds even.
Dang, not bad.
Well, that's
not bad for tough conditions.
No,
like this.
that's not bad. I'm proud of that. But you know, what do we talk about? The guy that got the big bite is going to come out, and neither one of us really got the big bite for this lake.
No, but
if it hadn't been for that one 5-pounder, we'd have been, you know, neck and neck. So.
But we weren't.
2 left.
I've got to do some damage tomorrow.
Let's go put them on the trailer.
Let's do it. Good job.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you what, this is one place in the United States where you definitely feel like any cast, you have a chance of hooking $1 million or maybe setting a state record and winning 100 grand.
Mustad folks have got this great contest going on where I think, what, $1.4 million they could be giving away? Yeah. If you catch a record fish on a Mustad hook, I mean, you got a chance to win some big dollars.
Visit mustad.com and learn the details of this contest. I know you want to sign up and have a chance at winning some big dollars.
Ardent's Bass Battles with Denny and Chad Brauer has been brought to you by Ardent Reel Care. Take care of the reels that take care of you. Strike King, #1 in fishing lures. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Seagar, always the best in fishing lines. Evinrude, spend more time on the water. Wired to Fish, bass fishing anglers' #1 resource. And by Mustad, haul in a record, haul off the cash at mustadhookamillion.com.
How nasty, bird. Bird poop all over my line. Yeah, you little critter. And look at that. I'll never bite my line again.